Welcome back to the front room. I'm Kai and I'm here with my dad.
Thanks for joining us today.
We're going to be taking a trip to Philadelphia because we're covering Meek Mill today. And that's a rapper I'm sure you've never heard of.
No, I don't know if we've covered anybody from Philadelphia before.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a newer, it's hip hop.
Uh-huh.
Just to get that out of the way.
Okay. I was just thinking, where is Lupe from? Is he from Philly?
He's from a place where many other rappers we've covered.
Atlanta?
From. No.
Oh gosh. Well, New York, L.A.
He's from Chicago.
He's from Chicago. Okay.
Yeah, the whole Kanye, Common.
Yeah.
Lupe, that conscious.
Yeah. Okay. I just had a feeling he wasn't from exactly the West Coast, like New York or something, or
East Coast, like New York.
Pardon me,
yeah.
or from the South. I knew he was from somewhere else.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but okay. Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So this is Meek Mill.
Meek Mill.
Yeah. He's been around for quite some time now, actually. He started his career in 2004, but it didn't get up and going until maybe the mid to late 2000s. In fact, he was signed to T.I.'s label.
Yeah, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, signed to T.I.'s label.
Oh, T.I.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then in 2012, was it 2011, 2012, he signed to Rick Ross's label, Maybach Music. We haven't covered any Rick Ross, but we will in the near future. Probably a feature from Rick Ross. And he's been super successful. He released tons of mixtapes, and once again, with a mixtape, there isn't that much of a continuous idea or theme or concept behind an album, and they're just loose songs put together. Sometimes it can be a little scrappy, more demo-y. So he released a bunch of those. And then when he released his project Dreams and Nightmares, this is the first time he really wanted to put things together more tightly. Mm-hmm. So the song we're checking out today is the intro track and the title track of the album, Dreams and Nightmares, which I have right here. Mm-hmm. And this is the cover, which I think is helpful for when we end up listening to the song.
Yeah, I like the cover. Well, the dream is, maybe it's a Rolex. I'm not sure.
It is Rolex.
And then the nightmare is incarceration, being arrested, and yeah. Okay, wow, yeah, interesting cover, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the nightmares with the blood, dripping blood. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all I have to say. This when the last decade ended, this was actually at the top of the list for I think one or two publications saying it's the best hip hop song, whatever they think.
Song. Wow.
Best is of the decade, the most impactful or something like that.
Right.
So it's
according to someone or the authorities.
You might really like it. Mm-hmm. We'll find out.
I hope so.
And once again, it's Meek Mill.
With a name like Meek Mill, it makes me want to think that, or it doesn't make me want to think. It makes me think that it might be very mellow. You know, being Meek himself, if he is in fact Meek. Okay. Technical difficulties while Dad gets the headphones adjusted.
You like looking at them before you put them on.
I know.
Like we haven't recorded 200 videos.
What is that? Like that. What is that?
Okay, here you go. Dreams and Nightmares. It's also an awfully popular song, so here we go.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she tryna bless me like I said I chew. Like a nigga sneeze, nigga please for them trick and squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them hoes get in between of what we started. Little nigga, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist, no crawling. Went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages. All foreign bitches menaging, fucking sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album. I did shit with Mariah. Little nigga, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly nigga, I'm flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought
I'm waiting
it was
for the bass to come in.
Then I bought that new Ferrari,
It's like
hey, the rest rest in peace.
Yeah, well, this is sort
Hater,
of the-
rest in peace, rest in
the
peace
dream
to the
part.
parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my niggas, then what you talking about? Gangsters move in silence, nigga, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word, was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Fuck nigga. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented? Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can the men cast and grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new bitch, she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands strapped on my toes. Cause these niggas want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These niggas try to take my life, they fuck around, get killed. You fuck around, you fuck around, you fuck around, get smoked. Cause these Philly niggas I bought with me don't fuck
I
around.
like this.
No, all I know is murder.
It's different. Jeez.
I got young niggas that's rolling, I got niggas throwing bees.
It's unrelenting.
Oh, yeah.
I done did the KODs.
Perfect
Every
word.
time I'm in that bitch, I get to throwing 30 G's. But now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar. They let my nigga earn back home, that young nigga be wildin'. We young niggas, we mobbing, like Batman or with Robin. This two-door Maybach with my seat on reclining. I'm like, real nigga, what up? Real nigga, what up? If you ain't about that murder game, then pussy nigga, shut up. If you dip me in your rats, I get your pussy ass stuck up. When you touch down in my hood, no, that tour life ain't good. Catch me down in MIA, at that heat game on wood. With that Puma life on my feet, like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block, bike on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces, I'm the same nigga they watch.
So
and I'm the
ominous.
king of my city, cause I'm still
Yeah,
calling them
music's
shots.
perfect
And these lanes talking
for
that
the rapping.
bullshit, the
And when it
same
picks
niggas
back
that
up.
fly. I'm the same nigga from First Street with them that braids that lock. The same nigga that came up and I had to wait for my
Yeah,
shot. And these
it's
niggas hating on me, hoes waiting on me. Still on that hood shit, my Rolls Royce on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money at your friends turn to your enemies. And when this beef, I turn my enemies to memories. With them bricks, they go for 40, ain't no 10 the key. Hold up, broke nigga turn rich. Love the game like Mitch. And if I leave you, they ain't dumb pretty hoes gon' still suck my dick. It was something about that rollie when it first touched my wrist. Had me feeling like that dope boy when he first touched that brick. I'm gone. Woo!
That was unique for me. I've never heard anything like
It
that.
is unique.
Is it?
It's pretty freaking
Wow,
intense,
wow.
right?
It
And
is.
cinematic. The way it right from the,
the
beginning
first half of
builds.
it. Well, the first half was
Yeah.
slow. Like I said, there was no bass. I was waiting for a bass to kick in, whether drums or a bass guitar or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then once it got going, wow! But I like the opening section
Yeah,
too.
it was really beautiful.
It was.
Had some wonderful piano and
Yeah.
and it wasn't orchestral, but it had that sort of feeling to it. Mm-hmm. And then it flipped a switch, right?
Yeah, yeah. I can see why you weren't 100% sure that I would like this because of that unrelentingness to the rapping.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe you've played other music where it's been not the same, but some rap that's just,
Like
really,
a Lil Wayne type of thing, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, actually. That would be the closest to what I've heard, right? Yeah, and some of the Lil Wayne on first listen just, it's just almost too much.
Yeah, especially when there's no hook, right?
Yeah. But for some reason, I like this. Although compared to the Lil Wayne I've heard, some of those songs, this rapping seemed a little less sophisticated, maybe?
Yeah, it's just
Do you think so?
straightforward,
It's
punchy.
straightforward, yeah.
He's
But it worked
basically
good.
just yelling into the mic, right?
Yeah. I love it when he said, was it this part? They're going to remember me.
Yeah.
I say, remember me, right?
So much money, have your friends turn into enemies.
Yeah.
And when there's beef, I turn my enemies to memories.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so tough.
There's some smart lines in here, Kai.
Yeah, totally. Like
Yeah.
that one. The way that flows, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's-
there was some smart rapping going on here.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember them now, but I remember thinking,
but
musically,
that's a great line. I think the way you caught the in the background there, I don't know exactly. It's a sort of a plucking sound.
What was it? A plucking? Yeah.
That
yeah.
you imitated pretty well.
Yeah, it was good.
That adds a certain I don't know, like there's danger or something.
Oh yeah.
going on.
Yeah, and I noticed in quite a lot of rap songs, the music creates that ominous feeling of danger or uncertainty, right? And there's different ways of doing it, right, musically. But the choice of instruments or the production that was used for this really worked well, I thought, to create that feeling.
It's so good. It's so good, especially for an intro track. Where the sort of the way I look at this song too, aside from me just really enjoying the way it sounds, and his performance, is that the whole dreams and nightmares things. The track is split in half, right?
Yeah.
As we know, and I think it's a pretty simple idea, but just the way it's executed, especially to introduce that duality to Meek Mill and his experiences for an intro of an album, is really effective.
He talks about being dedicated to his craft, to the rapping, right?
Yeah.
That you have to be totally dedicated and focused. Don't let distractions, women or other things, I guess, get in the way.
Yeah.
He's talked about that a fair bit in here, I think.
Yeah, and in the beginning, he sort of wanted those distractions before he made it, because he was a really hardworking guy.
Really?
If you see him in interviews and in videos and stuff like that, the way it starts off, I used to pray for times like, I used to wish I would be in this position so I can rhyme like this.
Yeah.
I had to do that to shine like this.
I like that second line. So I had to grind like that to shine like this. I like that was smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, hip hop, and I said, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah. That's really good. That's really smartly done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole the dream portion, I'll call it, the build up to when it drops, is a legendary section that people just know all the lyrics to, and they're just
Really?
getting into it with their body and stuff.
Right.
I've seen some pretty funny clips online where people are looking in the camera, just rapping along to the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, this is a legendary song.
There was another verse I really liked, but I couldn't quite keep up with it, where he's talking about, the parking his Phantom, so a big fancy car.
Yeah.
So when I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was leased. Then I bought the new Ferrari. Hater, rest in peace. That was great.
Yeah.
I like that. Rest in peace to the parking lot. Found it so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. Yeah, that was good.
What about it?
Well, I now that I'm reading it, I get the meaning. When I heard it the first time, I was trying to keep up, and I sort of missed the meaning.
Right. Yeah. There's this. The dream is pretty simple.
It's put down. He's putting down these other rappers, right? Yeah.
It's just talking to shit.
Yeah, talking shit. Exactly.
And the dream is primarily him wanting to be a successful rapper and also get all the material things he wants. And with those material things, size is often what you want, right?
Sure.
And
the bigger the better.
Car, the
exactly.
better. So there's that too. And then this isn't a Lil Wayne. We covered a Lil Wayne song where he says, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Yeah, I remember.
So then he says, gangsters move in silence and I don't talk a lot.
So that's taken sort of from the Lil Wayne song?
Yeah, and Lil Wayne references that idea from previous songs as well. So that's just carrying on that idea as well.
And I suppose rappers who borrow something from another rapper's song, the rapper who actually came out with that line to begin with, they probably like the fact other rappers are taking their lyrics.
Yeah, paying homage.
Paying homage, right? Because you wouldn't take it unless you thought the original song or the original line was smart, right? You wouldn't incorporate it into your song.
Yeah, that's totally fine to do. But especially back in the day, what was not fine to do is if a rapper has a distinctive style or flow, and if you try and imitate that, that wasn't cool at all. In fact, some sort of beef with other rappers started because of just that.
Taking a flow.
Taking styles and taking flow. A particular flow.
That might be
someone patented.
If someone takes lyrics, it's pretty obvious, hey, you took my lyrics. But when it comes down to flow, it might be hard to prove in a way.
People know.
People know?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's interesting how many different flows you can come up with, or there have been created. So you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell. And I think I've watched some videos where they're explaining different beefs, and you can totally tell.
Yeah, it really is.
So that was a big deal. Nowadays, not as much, for whatever reason.
Are rappers still coming out with new flows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thanks for listening.
Yeah, that was a great song. I liked it.
I'm really happy about that.